So from the 4th of July onwards, a select group of very elite athletes will be taking on the challenge that is the Tour de France. And while they are spinning their bicycle tyres, I will be spinning my spinning wheel. It is, of course, Tour de Fleece. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kirsten and welcome to A Fire Creates. And today we are talking Tour de Fleece. Now, what is the Tour de Fleece, do you ask? Obviously, I think a lot of us will be aware that in July every year, the elite of men's cycling will tackle the Tour de France, one of the most difficult races currently on the cycling calendar. And this event runs from Saturday the 4th of July through to Sunday the 26th. And we'll see them tackling a whole host of epic hills and sprints and various stages across France. And the Tour de Fleece does something a little bit similar, but something a lot more woolly focused. It means that all the participants will be trying to spin on their wheels, drop spindles, you name it. Couldn't remember the word there. They will be trying to spin every day that the cyclists ride, and with the end not necessarily of a yellow jersey, but just to have some really fun yarn at the end of it. This is my first year taking part, and I am signed up for the Sock Madness team, so they will be the team I am spinning with, for the duration of the competition. So there are lots of groups online. The main one is on Ravelry, but there are people who do it completely off Ravelry. If you follow Knit and Craft, she has been mentioning the ones she does with her Discord group. So you can join teams. You can join teams either if you're using the Ravelry method. You can join just the general Tour de Fleece group and sign up for one of their teams, which is Team Peloton, Team Rookies, Team Lanterne Rouge, or you can join a wildcard team. So Peloton is the main body of all riders, everyone who's in a team basically. Solo spinners, everyone's welcome. Rookies are for beginners or first-time participants, or anyone who feels more comfortable just operating as a beginner in the event. Lanterne Rouge are for people who want to join the tour but can't commit to all of the spin days. So basically it's like a Tour de Fleece light, effectively, I guess. And the wildcards are basically people who want to form their own teams, which is what I'm doing through the Sock Madness group. Now, the idea is that when they spin, we spin, and we take rest days when they do. So the two designated rest days this year are July the 13th and July the 20th, but there are also challenge days as well on the 12th, which is the Sunday, and again on Sunday the 19th. And the idea for this is that you spin something challenging for those particular days. So it's always fun to give things a go. I have to dig out my spinning wheel. I have to find all my spinning wheel accessories. I think I know where everything is. But my plan for the rest of this video is to find the spinning wheel, get it up into working condition, and find some of the fibre that I want to spin this year. So we'll go digging. I think I know where everything is. We've only been in this apartment 6 years, and I'm really not sure where these things are anymore. But hopefully I'll find them. So in order to decide which fibres to use for the spinning for this month, I went and had a look on my Ravelry stash. I've got 19 entries. I've got a few sort of non-branded braids, bats and things like that. And I have quite a few entries from things like Hilltop Cloud. I've got an assortment of cashmere. I also have some Spin Pretty yarn. Spin Pretty fibre, which I think will make an absolutely fantastic yarn. And I just sort of had a quick look through this to decide what I wanted. Now I really want to do the Spin Pretty yarn because I've got a sweater planned for that. And I'm thinking, I'm very tempted by the gradient, but I'm thinking for the challenge days, I might have a go with this faux cashmere, just because that's not a fibre I've spun. And I do have another bat of it where it's a blend, so that seems like a good idea. So once I had a look through the stash on Ravelry, I made some notes on some of the fibres I thought would be best to try and do this month. And I've just made notes on the content of the blends, so what percentages they are, colourway names, brand names, anything like that, but also quite a few notes on what I kind of want to spin, how I want to spin the yarn, just because some of them I do want to work with specific projects. So all that's left to do is go and find it. So this chest in the living room is where I keep all of my fibre and handspun. And I am looking for 4 different packages. So we will have a rummage. Right, that is one of the green. And actually, there's the rest of the green actually directly below it. So this is Merino, Shetland and Hissa Silk. That is an unrelated green. No, no. Ooh, pretty. Silk, handspun, turquoise. That's silk, not cash. Oh, hang on. Faux cashmere in a purple shade. And that's all of the Anne Boleyn. But I am not seeing the Spin Pretty, which means most likely that that is in the hallway cupboard. So I'll have to retrieve that off camera. I'll just shove all this back in here. Ideally, it would be nice to be able to keep a lot of my yarn in this chest, because then that would free up a huge amount of space in our hallway cupboards, which we could then use for other things, like Lego. But that is a problem for future me. Just put these, got a few spare blocking mats, which I keep in there as well. So just to get a better look at the yarn, we have 3 braids of this Merino, Shetland and Tussar silk blend in the green. I have 5 braids of this Hilltop Cloud, which was a special colourway that she did on the Wives of Henry VIII, and this is the Anne Boleyn colourway, and this is Merino, Shetland, Firestar and Soybean, and the Firestar is a really interesting sort of opalescent look to it, which should be fun. I have 500 grams of this and a small sampler packet as well, and I'm hoping to maybe get a sweater quantity out of this. So fingers crossed that all works. I'd like to do this as like a sport weight DK. Sort of dark, dual-toned, rainbow gradient. And this I'd like to spin up with a commercial yarn, just so I can try and get a slightly better weight. And the commercial yarn that I'm using with this is Knit Picks Gloss Lace in black. And I'd really like this to be kind of around a sport weight to DK, maybe a little on the worsted side. We shall see. The worsted I've got to go with this is quite fine, so I'm thinking it should work. And finally, we have the challenge yarn. Sorry, challenge fibre, which is the faux cashmere from Hilltop Cloud, and this is just a little packet of about 55 grams that I had. There doesn't seem to be any colourway or anything. I'm not sure how easy this will be to spin or if it's meant to be blended in with something, but I figured it's worth a go, and it's a really lovely colour, and it should make something quite nice, I think, if I can get a nice little yarn out of it. Now for the wheel, I have an Ashford Kiwi 2 that I've owned for a great number of years, and it still works absolutely perfectly. I gave it a good clean down, gave it an oiling, checked all the things that needed to have tension, like the drive band or the tension thread, and everything seems fine. There's been no perishing. I was a bit concerned about the drive band, but it seems to be working absolutely perfectly. And I decided this week just to do some test spin, and I actually pulled out the green Merino Shetland Tussar silk blend that I wanted, and I'm calling this my warm-up, and in my warm-up I have already spun an entire braid. It seems to be coming out nice and fine, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be more of a sport weight, maybe a DK when it's plied, and I'm just planning on this on doing this as like a 2-ply yarn. So my first sort of section of the Tour de Fleece will be actually spinning up the sort of the first half of my second braid. So I've got like a braid and a half on one bobbin, and I'll do the same on the second, and then those can be plied. I think just in terms of keeping myself amused, I might spin up this green one and then I might switch to one of the other braids that I've got, just so I've got a bit of variation in the colours and everything that I'm spinning. Basically, I really want to spin the Merino Llama Silk Gradient, and yeah, that's my only excuse. I just want to play with that one. Now, in terms of sharing my progress over the next 3 weeks of spinning, is rather than do sort of weekly videos or something like that, I'll do a large video at the end just talking about what I've been doing and everything, and how I found the event and what I actually managed to achieve. But in the meantime, over sort of the 3 weeks of spinning, I'm planning on popping up shorts, just little clips each day, just to show you what I've been up to and where I'm at with everything. I probably will do all of those into like a compilation episode as well at the end. But if that sounds like fun, keep an eye out on my channel for those, and hopefully you'll see something you enjoy. And if you're spinning, please let me know how you're getting on with your progress day to day as well, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I think I'm all set. I have a wheel, I have fibre. I just need the tour to start proper and we can get things underway. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, why not click the like, and if you'd like to see more from me, click subscribe. So thank you again for watching. Keep an eye out for the progress each day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!